It turns out we're getting out of Afghanistan. That's really big news. I'm just kind of, it's skating underneath the radar for a lot of the news stations here. But look, I guess what they don't know is what we've known all along, which is that there were plans to perhaps stay all the way till 2024. And those plans were hot and heavy. They were not kidding around. And we were going to stay at least till 2014. Well, new plans announced by Leon Panetta. The drawdown begins significantly in 2013. Some advisors left in 2014. Now, look, I know advisors means tens of thousands of troops. I'm not naive about that. But the sense I get from this plan is that it is real. No more talk about 2024. We will be, it looks like, all out by 2014 and a really significant drawdown in 2013. Now, some reporters are saying, well, that's because President Obama is concerned about politics in an election year. To which I say, fantastic. Isn't that what he's supposed to be concerned about? He made promises and that got him elected. It's a democracy. The American people don't like how the Afghanistan war is going. They're 100% right. They want to get out. And their president in a democracy responds to the will of the people by getting out, by the way, many years after the American people actually wanted to get out, but finally gets out. And they're like, oh, playing politics. If that's playing politics, I love it. Okay, that's the kind of politics I could live with. I wish they actually cared about what the American people thought in other circumstances. So this appears to be very good news. Now, the other day, there was a leak that the Taliban are actually not going away and that they will remain in Afghanistan, and they are still optimistic that they will one day take over Afghanistan. I don't know why that leak happened. Whenever I see a leak from the military, I always try to figure out why it is that the military wants that information out there. Maybe they didn't. But one of the things that was in that leak is that Pakistan continues to help the Taliban tremendously. There's been a lot of conflict between the U.S. and Pakistani governments over that, and there continues to be, and they've cut off a lot of our supply chains going into Afghanistan. And so maybe this was a bit of a strike back. Oh, you see that? Look at this NATO report that shows that you've been working with the Taliban. It's possible. But I get an overall sense, both from that report and from the news today, that the American government has made up its mind. What are we doing there? We killed most of al-Qaeda in Afghanistan. We killed Osama bin Laden. We're never going to modernize Afghanistan and have them be a shining beacon of democracy to the rest of the world. That's a crazy hope against hope. We're not anywhere near that. And if we were going to do that, first of all, we wouldn't be able to do it through guns. And number two, it would take decades and decades, even if you had any prayer at all. So there's been a collective decision, it appears, that we got to get out of Afghanistan. And by the way, we should have known that we were leaving Afghanistan the minute Petraeus left. Because Petraeus is all about his career. And every other general, when they talk to reporters behind the scenes, talks about, oh, Petraeus and his ego and how he plays politics, etc. Now, he might be a great general anyway, and that, is an open question, and I know people are on both sides of that. But Petraeus bragged endlessly about how he, saved the situation in Iraq. Then he went to take over Afghanistan, and after a little while, he's like, yeah, I got to go head the CIA. I'll see you guys later. So when Petraeus left, you had to know, no, they've given up. They don't think they can win in Afghanistan, whatever winning means. So, hey, thank God, man. We are finally, apparently, going to leave Afghanistan at the end of 2014 for good. And I can't tell you how good a news that is.